What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Liz Cambage, a former WNBA All-Star, a four-time WNBA All-Star, ended her basketball career back in 2022 after a mutual agreement with the Los Angeles Sparks to part ways. Cambage had signed a one-year contract for $170,000 in February of 2022, but decided to explore new opportunities. That opportunity ended up being Onlyfans, where she found financial success beyond her WNBA earnings. As a matter of fact, Cambage reported that she made more money in her first week on the platform than she had made during her entire professional basketball career. Now, her entire professional basketball career, if I'm not mistaken, goes all the way back to 2011 through 2022, which included stints in the WNBA and also included stints in the Chinese Women's Basketball League and the Australian Basketball League, which I believe is her native country. So that's quite remarkable. Now that tells you also not only how much money they're making on OnlyFans, but also that tells you how little money WNBA players are making. Now, despite the fact that Caitlin Clark's supposed to be the savior and women just got to hold on, they're going to make that money. The truth is this. It took, in the NBA, from its inception in the mid-40s, it took about 20 years, plus inflation, for players to make six figures, the first players being Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. The first player with $1 million contract, I believe, was Magic Johnson. Bird was making $7 million a year by the early 1990s. That was a huge contract back then. So what I'm getting at is it took multiple decades for NBA players to finally start making real money. So the reality, in my opinion, is that the average WNBA player is still going to have to wait a long time if they think they're going to be making millions of dollars. I just don't see that happening anytime soon. Now, it is a good thing that the WNBA is being talked about more, and more of these players are having platform to talk about their game. But the reality is they're always going to be second fiddle to the NBA, which has its own problems. Now, let's talk about Liz Cambage for a little bit, right? This is the same person who I remember had a reputation of being a dirty player in the WNBA. She shares the WNBA single game scoring record with Asia Wilson. I think 53 points in the game. This is back when Liz was playing with the Dallas Wings. I think that's the name of their franchise. Back in 2018, 2019. I think that's the year she averaged around 23 points. I think 2018. That's the year that she averaged 23 points a game, her best season. And, but, you know, she burnt her bridges in the WNBA because people just didn't like her, and she was very outspoken. And also, I think what really canceled her was a controversy that happened with her where I think this might have been when she was playing overseas. And she referred to the girls that were on the Nigerian team. She was talking trash to them, and she told them something to the effect of, go back to your third world country, right? Now, it's interesting that she would say that considering Liz Cambage's father is from Nigeria. But that goes to show you also that all folks ain't all kin folks ain't children. I think I butchered the expression. All skin folks ain't kin folks. Sometimes a person can be from a country, right? In particular, if you're a minority, but if you are far removed from that country, a sense of superiority can develop, and who knows? Who knows what her father could have been espousing around his daughter about people from his own country, because he's not there. He may look down upon them. It's crazy how WS can affect other people who aren't even W's. Or it could be, I don't know Liz's private life. I don't know how her upbringing was. But it could be she just had a terrible relationship with her father, and saying she projected that onto those women on the Nigerian team. But I have my suspicions already about her upbringing. I did a little research before I did this video. I just did a little searching, just research. That's all. I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's starting to become difficult to tell women from a moral standpoint that you shouldn't do OnlyFans, because it's not a good look, and people aren't going to think much of you. What I'm saying, men aren't going to respect you, your peers aren't going to respect you, etc. But they're making all this money. Like, it's just hard to make an argument. Well, college is the way to go. School is the way to go. When in reality, and I'm not saying that that's not the way to go, but it's hard to tell a pretty young woman who's blessed with looks and body, no, don't do the OnlyFans thing, because you'll hate yourself. You won't respect yourself. And you see all these women making hundreds of thousands, and a few lucky ones even millions of dollars, essentially for just showing pictures of themselves to strangers who are donating and paying exorbitant amounts of money. I'm just saying, like, you could question it from a moral standpoint, yes, but it's hard to argue against. It's just hard to argue against. Excuse me for a second. It's hard to argue why you shouldn't do that and go to school and have to pay back all those student loans, right? No matter how much they talk about with debt forgiveness, we don't know how that's going to go. Potentially have to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars and get a degree in a field that by the time you get a degree may be obsolete, and get a degree that doesn't even serve you, and to work a job where ultimately the amount of money that you make over a 25 to 30 year span potentially could be made in 1 year from OnlyFans. I'm just saying, it's hard to justify that argument. It is, especially in this inflationary period that we're in right now. So to me personally, maybe you could question my morals. I don't really give a damn. I don't give a damn if she has OnlyFans. I mean, I'm not going to sign up to it. But hey, if she's making that much bank, who am I to tell her she's wrong for doing it? I'm not going to get on here and play Pastor Paulie on here and try to pull the morals card. I'm the last person that should be doing that. I guess she felt at the time, I think she probably, matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I do recall a story about her starting an OnlyFans back then, or she was getting ready to. So I suspect she looked at the money that she was making as a WNBA player, the grind, and then saw how much money she was making, invest more into it, her time and energy, and I guess it's paid off. And I believe, if I read correctly, she said that she has absolutely no regrets about retiring. And like I said, I mean, people can make their moral judgments about her and others in doing it, but most of those people are hypocrites, because there's a reason why the corn industry is so profitable. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Multi-billion-dollar industry. But yeah, we got all these supposed pastors running around this country talking about how holier than thou they are to everybody else. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's what I got to say about it. Tell what you guys think.